Welcome to episode 2 of the off-season, season 3, where today I am in Longwood GAA Club in Meath, and I'm going to be speaking to the Meath legend with over 200 appearances. It's Mickey Burke, also known as Honey Badger. Yes, Mickey.
Ricey.
How are we?
What's the crack with you, lad? Welcome to Longwood, welcome to South Meath, bye.
Good to be here.
Yeah, no bother.
Long overdue chat.
Absolutely, I'm looking forward to it.
Welcome to episode 2 of the off-season, season 3. The rain is coming down, but I think we'll get away with it. We'll have a good chat here around the pitch.
We'll have a bit of crack.
And I tell you, there's a couple of slitters and hurls on board here, which could be dangerous poking around with you, but we'll see how we go, all right?
No bother, lad.
Great stuff,
looking forward to it.
So, Mickey, some would say you've plenty of experience, you're a veteran in both codes, and I'm going to test your brain here. I'm going to bring you back when you were a kid growing up. I'm assuming Longwood has always been your club. It's in the family, is it?
Yeah, it's in the family, Ricey. Like, born and reared in the village, grew up in the middle of the village in the pub. Father was local publican, my mother was primary school teacher. She was baby infants and high infants, taught me on my first day, and this is the local club, and this is where I kind of, it's grown, it's developed, but this is where I come up like any young fella, kicking ball and pucking ball. Good
stuff. And you mentioned your family. You just have a pub nearby. Do you? A bar? Do you? Is that?
Yeah, we've a pub in the village there. Father's there 60 years, Stoney's pub.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So the coffee shop. We're going to talk about that as the years go on. So you're a young kid. You're probably running around the pub when you're younger.
Exactly.
And football and hurling's been bred into you from a young age. I guess Longwood now. You're a division in football only for a start. You're a division what team? Division 1 team?
Well, we're an intermediate team in the championship,
okay.
And we're a senior hurling team, senior hurling championship team. So leagues between missing county players and lads at underage, like 20s and that, we do struggle in the league, but we're competitive when we get everyone out on a match day, you know.
And when you were coming through the underage ranks, let's say we're talking 16 minor and stuff, was Longwood maybe the lower levels, Division 3s, or were you up there? You just had to build over those years. You played now Longwood, let's say senior, how many years?
Too many years, Ricey. Too many years. Yeah, sure. Jesus, when I started, I was only a gossin. Like, it's not allowed now, 14 or 15. But yeah. No, we were a junior B football team when I started. When I made my debut with the Meath senior footballers back in 04, we were only junior B at the time. Like, so
the club.
Yeah, the club. So it was very probably like Sean Boylan was the manager at the time, and he would have had a great trade of looking down the divisions.
Right. Okay.
For, I suppose, a rough diamond, maybe, or a diamond in the rough type of thing. So we were low in football. But we built up through the years, and we ramped up through the divisions. We got a good crop of young fellas, and yeah, it kind of worked for us. That's
probably something that's not as common now, where county managers would go right down to that junior B standard and pick players from there.
Yeah, Sean would have done that seemingly over the years, like back in the teams of the 80s and that type of thing that I wouldn't remember, but I think it's a great, you know, why not scan, put your net out as far as you can, and look, there could be guys playing there at lower levels that are outstanding footballers and just need a bit of coaching, you know.
Right, okay.
So I very, very thankful for Sean for giving me that opportunity, you know.
Yeah, and so you're 16, 17, you talked about playing senior football with your club at a young level. Were you involved then? Was Sean Boylan able to see you at a county level at that underage? Were you under 16s, maybe development squads?
Yeah, development squad under 16, not getting a run, probably carrying a bit of puppy fat, a late developer, like, you know, whereas other guys were kind of hitting their straps real young. It was only when I was a minor that I kind of made it onto the minor team. And yeah, that would have been a minor in 03.
Okay.
And yeah, I got the call in then, kind of the winter of 03, and started playing then in 2004.
Right. Okay. So
I was a late developer, Ricey. Definitely, yeah. I wasn't this beacon that everyone was. Again, my club was low level. I kind of came out of nowhere. No one from Longwood had played senior football championship with Meath.
Right.
So yeah, I was kind of, I suppose, fast tracked into it. It all happened very quick.
Right, okay. So I know there is a year there for the club. You spoke about going through the underage ranks. Longwood was never a senior team through your underage. Was there a year there that you've done something in junior level in 2009? Am I right?
Yes, yeah, we won.
That's with the club.
Yeah, so we won the junior B in at the end of 2004.
Okay.
We won the junior A in 2009, and then we won the intermediate in 2018. So we actually made it up to senior football, albeit only for 1 year. We got relegated, but it was an amazing achievement to ramp up through the divisions, you know.
Did you win Leinster in 2009?
We did. We won Leinster. Yeah, we won Leinster.
That was a massive achievement back then.
Oh, huge! Yeah, we went up and we played St Machta's from Louth. We met the Machta's after a replay. They're an amazing club now. They've pushed on big time. And funny enough, when we won the intermediate in 2018, they also won the Louth intermediate in 2018,
right,
and we played them in the Leinster again.
Yes.
And they bet us by a point after extra time. So
just looking at them, they're really pushing to win that senior championship there.
Unbelievable. And it's funny, I would have, myself and Decky Byrne, we would have been butting heads there for playing against each other between the county and the club, and you end up becoming good mates then with boys and chatting to them like it's funny, you know, and Kieran Byrne and so it's funny how the world works.
Now in 2009, when you had that success with the club at Leinster level in junior, you're already a part of the Meath panel at stage. You've had a couple of years under your belt, was that right?
Yeah, we've had a few years, 4 or 5 years, yeah.
Right, okay. And just, we're going to move into the county setup, but why do you think there was such a big gap then between 2009 winning that Leinster junior and maybe not winning anything for 9 years? Was there a lot of people leaving, or did you go up and down through the grades?
I suppose, look, if it was easy to win championships every year, you know, everyone would be at it. It just takes time. We got another crop of younger guys coming through, pushing it on even more. Probably developed our style a little bit better. Intermediate football in Meath is a very, very. We had been actually in the relegation to go back down to junior in 2015, 16 and 17.
Right.
We were one game from going down into junior, and then all of a sudden you win it in 2018, so it was very special. It's hard to put a finger on how it happened. Loads of people around the county still talk about how did Longwood win that championship.
Who did you beat in the final?
We had a club called Ballinlough from North Meath.
Okay.
Padder Byrne would have been on the county team for a long time from there, so it was very much like, Jesus,
total
like
underdog.
Sure. Leicester City job, like really, like no one would have. We would have been, like I said, one game away from being relegated for the previous 3 years to pulling a championship out of the bag. It's one that I'll never forget. Feel really lucky to have done it.
Brilliant. Now you did spoke a bit on both codes. Okay. When you were growing up, were you ever forced to focus on one, or has Longwood been a team that has always pushed to play hurling and football? You talked off camera about the area of Longwood, that there's a lot of hurling pushed on, which is great as well, whereas you go to North Meath, there's not so much. How did you able to switch between the two? I'm always curious, because in my club in Monaghan, there's no hurling, you just have football. How were you able to switch from maybe training? Did you split up, train an hour or half an hour hurling, half an hour football? How did that work? Just from an underage level, you're 10 years of age, 12, 14, 15.
Yeah, well, firstly, I suppose, Ricey, like where we are in South Meath, like I said, is there's a pocket of hurling here, like all the local clubs. It's in very close proximity, 3, 4, 5 miles between each club. There's a lot of hurling clubs in the area. Our own club here in Longwood, we are encouraged to play both. There's even Augustine over there now pucking the ball up on the pitch, you know, with a hurl. We're definitely you're never forced to play one or the other. It's always encouraged. I've seen an article, I might have sent it to you on Instagram. Noel McGrath talks about, you know, how his club in Lockmore, people are saying, why are you playing football down there? Like, you know, it's just party, it's what you do. And, you know, we're always encouraged to pick up a hurl or kick a ball. Training can be difficult. At the moment, like, we're playing week on week, so we have a football match now on Friday. Sunday just gone, we had a hurling game, so we literally start with the footballs maybe for 20 minutes. Or 25 minutes, and then we go and we play hurling.
In the same session?
The same session.
And with the same managers, same selectors, all be over both teams?
The majority, we have one manager over the two codes, yes.
And would that be common? in most teams?
That's the way we went to the ricey, because we felt that we weren't getting benefit out of 4 nights, like say 2 nights hurling, 2 nights football. It was too much on the too taxing on the guys with a game at the weekend as well. So we said, how are we going to do this? So like that, let's just take a football week, for example. Say there's a football game on a Saturday night. We do 20 minutes of hurling at the start, just pucking, and then majority of football for the rest of the session. And we'd flip that around then if it was a hurling weekend. So it's tough. It is tough. It's tough when the majority of our lads are dual players.
Well, that seems like the logical thing to do. Like, I know in the club that I'm with in Dublin, we have hurling weeks, football weeks, and the lads that are expected to do both, and it is tough. Now, I would have, let's say, the common sense to say, lads, if it's a hurling week, then you train full on the Wednesday and you don't do any much volume or intensity on the day before. But I can only imagine in some clubs, and there's pull from maybe both managers or both teams, and they're trying to get the best and they're trying to be a bit hungry. It's messy, so it's good that you have that system and it works. Now, all the players within your club, are they 100%, or is there some lads that just step out of the hurling?
Yeah, there's probably, I would say, 11 or 12 dual players.
Right.
Starting on both teams.
Okay,
so like and it is tricky for, we'll say, a footballer only, or it is tricky for a hurler only.
Yes.
But there isn't too many of them, so they might do a little block of runs maybe, and then they'll tip on home. What's the point in flogging them when it's a dual session, So like you're saying, you just have to be smart. But I would say that we literally have 11 or 12s starting in both codes week on week, which is tough on the body,
And would Longwood have a long history of, since it was founded, to always push both sports? Like, why is it that Longwood have done that from the very start, and let's say some team in North Meath? Is there a connection there? Is it?
Interesting. We're a club that have never gone out of extinction. That's terrible language, but my God, we've never gone extinct.
Makes sense. You're okay.
Yeah. One of the few clubs in Meath. So and like I said, I don't know. Like, hurling there's owl boys in Longwood that would sooner see Longwood win a senior hurling than a football medal. Like, that's the way it is, which is funny in a predominantly football county, But like I said, we love both codes and we enjoy it and try and represent the club as best we can.
Yeah. Now, has there been success in Longwood hurling, senior medals, intermediates or juniors, in your time playing?
I won an intermediate in 2009 as well.
Right.
But Longwood have only ever won one senior hurling championship, and it was back in the 30s.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So that 2009 must have been.
It was fantastic.
A great year.
Yeah. It was amazing. Yeah, we won a double. So look, anytime you win that with your club, it's special, isn't it?
Wow, brilliant.
With your friends and your family and your classmates.
Brilliant. So, well, I guess this is a personal question. You probably answered this 10 times before, maybe you haven't. If there's one code, is there one that you prefer? Honestly.
No.
Pros and cons?
If a gun was put to my head, I'd probably go with football. I probably would, but honestly, like, I really enjoy both, and I've been asked that question loads of times, and I find it really hard to answer.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But I love football. Like, I think it was just initially obsessed with a ball, going out, kicking against the wall, coming up here, playing football. I just love the game, like, and but it's very hard to pick between them.
Is there a difference in physicality?
Yeah,
I seem like a fella that would like to get rough and tumble, a bit more contact. Is there not more of that in hurling?
No, I think football's a more physical game.
Is it?
I do. I think it's more of a grind, that up and down, especially on the body, that constant grind and runs. The tackle, you might get a few amazingly, like, there's not, when you think about it, there's not that many real bad cuts or bangs in hurling.
And the quality's good.
Because the quality's good,
Well, when it's good.
If you go down the levels, maybe you might get an out slapping the paw or something like that. But I would say that hurling, maybe you'd have more insight into it with the GPS and that type of thing. I'd say maybe the darts in hurling, maybe it's more of a speed than that grind of football. But I think football is a tougher game. I'd be sore after football.
Yeah, I do look at the GPSs because I would coach both codes, and the GPSs and football, the high speed run, for example, is higher, but the acceleration, the decelerations could be higher in hurling. So there's obviously a difference in the intensity. And I forgot to say, you are on over 200 appearances with your county, which is an incredible achievement. And I'm sure everyone has said that. When did you hit that mark?
just at the start of January.
Yeah, brilliant.
We actually had the game up here, which was really nice from the county board.
Oh, was that on purpose, yeah?
Yeah, it was,
the
yeah.
thing, right? Brilliant.
Yeah, they organised it. And look, like I said, special day, something I'll always remember. I tried not to get too wound up over it, but we played down here in the hurling and Kyo Cup, and last year there was a bit of talk. There's a chap in, Brian Kelly, there with the county board, who kind of keeps all the stats, and it's brilliant. He does unbelievable work, and he was kind of telling me, listen, you're close to doing this or whatever. So
Would you
it
have
happened
known?
in January. Look, I'd be lying to you if I said that I kind of didn't know roughly my appearance. I wasn't 100% sure, but I knew I was getting down that road. So it's lovely to get. Maybe I'm hanging in too long, Ricey. I don't know, but
I'm sure if you weren't able, you'd be told.
well, I often say that to people. I know for a fact, boys will be going, what's that? Like, what's he doing? Like, why we not just do it, But I kind of say, well, I'm able to do it. I'm physically capable of doing it, and and most importantly, the manager wants me, or the managers who've been over me want me, or could see that I can bring some value to it. So
Yeah.
if that's the case, I said I'd go back in last year,
And I can already see from just meeting you, whatever 30 minutes, that you have a passion for both codes and for the sport. Do you ever see yourself going into coaching? Is that something you've dived into already?
Yeah, definitely have an interest in it, Ricey. Like, even listening to yourself there, like I'd be looking at game plans and keepers and all that type of thing. I do enjoy it. Yeah, I do enjoy it. It's a tricky one at the moment because you still kind of want to play and take suck every last ounce and drop out of your career. But maybe down the line, who knows? I have an interest in food as well, and I've a passion in that end, because I feel that's something that's kept my career going for as long as it has.
Yep.
Watching everything I eat and kind of trying to do nutrition online. I never went to college really, so I kind of.
So nutrition has really helped your longevity.
I've no doubt. I know people again would laugh maybe at the weights and the food and all that, but I think it's a no-brainer to 80% of the time to be looking after your diet. You know yourself.
Yeah.
If you're putting bad stuff into the tank, it's not going to do you any good.
Absolutely. This episode is kindly sponsored by Whoop. What if I told you that you could use Whoop as your own personal wearable health and fitness coach for GAA? Whoop isn't just another fitness tracker. It is constantly measuring my resting heart rate, HRV, activity levels and sleep performance. I use Whoop daily to allow me to track key metrics so I can train hard as well as coach teams in GAA to the best of my ability. What I have learned by using Whoop is that when I reach my sleep goal each night, I am primed for high strain the following day through exercise and coaching. GAA players can benefit from Whoop by understanding when to push themselves to their max based off their recovery score that morning. If you are interested in improving your health and overall performance, you can go to join.whoop.com/Shane Rice to get started this off-season. Right, Mickey, so I guess bringing it back again a wee bit, talking about your Meath career, we talked about your appearances, both codes. When you were brought in, were you still a minor? Were you brought into the senior football?
Yeah, just gone out of minor. Yeah, just gone out of minor. Yeah.
And did you play football and hurling every year consecutively, consistently together?
Yeah, it was. Like, even back in the school days. Again, look, times have changed. You're just playing every minute of every game, and things are different now. But yeah, that's just the way it was, and I didn't know any different, and I suppose I was happy to do it.
And was Sean Boylan okay with you maybe going and play a hurling match one week and then trying to play a Leinster game or so on?
No, like maybe I kind of dedicated more time to the football, and I didn't want to rock the boat too much, especially when you were called in. But as you get a little bit older, maybe, and you kind of nail down your spot in the team, you're given a little bit more leeway with the hurling. But initially, I would have, just kick ball, especially when I was called in.
Any stories you can share about maybe slipping off the hurling matches? Or
oh Lord,
I don't know if Sean Boylan's
I don't know now. I don't know if I do, but yeah, it was sure, look, it was an amazing time getting called in initially. Like, you were in there, you were playing with your heroes, lads that you grew up idolising, Darren Fay and Trevor Giles and Gertie and all those lads. Yeah. And there was a bit of, what do they call it, like imposter syndrome maybe. What am I doing here? Junior B team, young fella. Wasn't on any underage teams that made the minors, like I said, but yeah, it was special. I feel very lucky to have been there in that dressing room for that.
And you played Meath minor, Meath under 21s. Any success there in them years?
No success. I think Dublin bet us in the minors, and I think Kildare had a really good team in around that time, and bet us 2 or 3 years in a row. So, but again, it was all just miles and miles in the clock, money in the bank, experience, learning, trying to get better, constantly trying to improve. I was kind of fired from Billy to Jack. I was a bit of a jack of all trades. I was wing forward, working back. I was centre back. I was man marking, and I was open to these roles once I was playing ricey, you know. So, like I said, I was just really happy to be putting on that jersey, you know.
And looking back now, and let's say your golden years for yourself, physically, mentally, was there a position there that you would have enjoyed playing more than others?
Yeah, probably. Look, I loved centre back, but I'd say the niche in the market that I found was probably the man marking role. That was probably my go-to, and that's where probably I got most success, or got a lot of joy in, and I suppose the management trusted me doing that job.
I would say from just being neutral and outsider that you would have, let's say, made your name for being that sticky cornerback. You know, I know you did play number 10 and 12, getting back and stuff, as maybe the modern game came involved more, where you drop back, but when it's 15 on 15, man on man, you're number 2.
Yeah, that's the way it was. And like I said, I was really, really happy with that. I was more than willing to do that role and that job. And it's not for everyone. It's a tough role. It takes a lot of concentration. It's a lot of pressure. I'd often get mad headaches after the game, because you'd be so hell bent on just stopping a man. And yeah, it's a tough role, because you don't get, not that you're looking for claps in the back or much praise, but you're going out to man mark Conor McManus, Bernard Brogan, Michael Meehan, these boys. I've lost memory of boys down through the years, really, really good footballers. You know, you get roasted, you get absolutely slated, do you know what I mean? And you keep him to maybe a point, you know, he's had a bad day maybe, you know, like, so yeah, it's a tricky one, but it was a role that I revelled in and took a lot of pride in, and I would have done my video work, and I would have, you know, looked at shape and what was going on, and were they leaving a lot of space for him, and yeah, tried to do my homework on them. I
actually read a piece there by McCambridge this year. He marked Shane Walsh in the final. He spoke about how he said that if Shane Walsh inside threw a dummy went past him, there was Armagh defenders there, whereas 10 years ago it was 15 on 15. You're a man marking your job, and he went past, he was in the net. There was space there. So just with the modern game, and I've serious respect for the full back line in those days, that the pressure was on.
Oh, big time.
You leave that man, he's in, there's a goal there, and it's just crazy how you might have suited the modern cornerback a bit more, knowing that you had a bit more protection.
Yeah, like, to be honest, we were probably a bit slow as a county, you know, in exactly what you're saying. Our half backs would have probably been told to follow their man, you know, this kind of push up, go man on man, ball's turned over, and it's 2 on 2 inside with 4, and it doesn't matter if you're Mark O'Shea or Philly McMahon or whoever, Mick Fitzsimons, you're under pressure there. So the Armagh guys are interesting. They did some year, unbelievable. Yeah, fair play to them.
Yeah, and I suppose I wanted to talk a wee bit. You had I would say a setback, a tough year in 2010 with the injury. I'm sure you remember it. You try not to remember too much, but you probably remember it like yesterday. Can you tell us a little bit about that, how you dealt with it after? There might be people watching this at home that have suffered serious injuries in the past weeks, months, and they're trying to get that back. You got back, and you got back and played a long time after that. So,
yeah, 2010 I broke my leg, my shin bone, my tibia and fibia. I dislocated my ankle and did ligaments in the side of my knee as well. So it was a really bad break during the championship against Laois. Probably took me 10, 11 months to get back. Took a lot of time, a lot of work, but I was determined to give myself the best opportunity. Just went into autopilot again. I just determined to give myself the best opportunity to come back, playing at the highest level I could. I didn't know whether I was going to, but I was going to give myself every chance. And like I was chatting about there earlier, I just became obsessed with the gym, food, sleep, recovery, and put my bed up onto stilts with books to let the blood flow, you know, go down, and sleeping in, trying to. My leg was so swollen, it was up like a balloon. Put on the recovery pants, you know, the tights, all these little things, and got on the vitamin D supplements when I remember chatting to Éanna Falvey, the Irish rugby doctor, you know, what would be good to get this going. He said vitamin D, you know, for the bones and all that. So just for anyone out there who gets injured, you know, it is very tough. There was dark days, there was boring, monotonous gym sessions and rehab, but you know, stick to it, and you will get back. Took a lot of time, and my leg beeps when I go through the airport the odd time I have a bar in there, but
really,
yeah, but but
it's not a bracelet around the ankle.
Could be worse, yeah.
Very
it might
good.
have been one of them 10 years ago, right? 15 years ago.
And you had a good support team then. Who's the manager then?
Eamon O'Brien was the manager then. We kind of won that dodgy Leinster that time that people still talk about against Louth. But Eamon was brilliant. Frank Foley, the doc. I remember getting oxygen out in the field. Some people go into shock when they break their leg and don't feel anything, but it was pain that I never felt in my life before or since. It was
when it happened.
When it happened.
Okay.
It was unbelievable. I remember the doc ran on. Alison ran on. I remember I gripped her leg. I was down. I actually tried to get up and run when it happened. I broke my leg. The big John O'Loughlin fell on me and cracked my leg, and I went down, and I could just hear my father. I could hear funny what you do. I could hear Bob O'Malley, who's selector, former Meath footballer, cornerback, and I could hear my father saying, "Get up, don't lay down, never lay down." And I remember getting up to push off, and I just The doc ran on. I must have put the hand up, and I swallowed, I'd say, about 5 painkillers, and it was just nothing. I then had to get oxygen.
Yeah.
So
do you think standing up did more damage?
I wouldn't think so, but it was just my mentality.
Yeah,
was just, you know, get back up, get back into defence, get back into line. And yeah, so anyway, I made it back, and the county board were brilliant with me, but like anything, it just took a bit of time.
Right, very good. And you've never had any issues with it since?
No.
Touch wood.
Touch wood, thank God. I'm trying to think, did I have any issues? No, it just took a bit of time to get that confidence back playing.
Yeah.
But I remember I did make it back for the championship next year. We played against Kildare in Navan in 2011. So, but it took me the full guts of a year to be right.
Well, that's brilliant, because you would have had to do a bit of a pre-season and stuff, so you must have been balls to the wall, really, helter-skelter.
It was Banty was managing us at the time,
okay.
So Banty he was lined everything out for me to be back as he does, and yeah, he had a great system there. So
brilliant.
Yeah, it was good. It was good to get back, because you could hear the murmurs.
Mm-hmm.
He'll never be back. He'll never have that pace anymore. Not that I was lightning quick or anything, but you know, you could hear these things, and that was more fuel. I'll be back. I'll show them, you know.
Good stuff. You touched on a game there. A game that you missed. That was probably a couple months later, or weeks maybe, the Leinster Final. Without going in and breaking too many people's hearts that are watching this, you were probably watching that game you're obviously at the game, obviously you're in the crowd.
I was on me crutches. Yeah.
And it was in Croke Park, isn't that right? Mm-hmm. And I guess where to go from here. Talk me through the minutes after. I've never actually talked to a Meath player about this. I've never even talked to a supporter about this. I'd say even the supporters were probably held back, saying, do we celebrate here? What the hell just happened? Or maybe it took a while maybe for the videos to pop up of what actually happened, because it wasn't really social media back then, wasn't it?
No.
Like now you just go on Twitter, you see the instant.
Yeah.
I'd say it took a while maybe. I'd say the speech was a bit awkward. Nobody knew what the hell was going on. What was the aftermath like that? I know there was a lot of talk about replays and everything. Are you comfortable talking about what was maybe talking in the dressing room or after, or how did that pan out?
Yeah, no bother. Yeah, that's what we're here for. So you have to understand, like you are with border counties. We border Louth, but it's the far end of the county from here, like just a couple of mile out, half a mile out the road, during Kildare. So there's huge rivalry there initially with Louth and Meath. I think it was 50 years maybe since Louth won a Leinster. And I've openly said this, Louth were a mile better than us in the day. They played unbelievable swashbuckling football, like class. But they never kind of put us away. We were always just hanging in there. And we had a really, really good side in around that time. Like we got the 2 All-Ireland semis in 07 and 09. We had a really, really good team. And like you're saying there, we knew that something had happened watching it from the stand, but we couldn't see that Joe threw it in or fell in or whatever kind of happened. And just this emotional outpouring was just mental on the field after the game. I think Louth were so annoyed because they were so good in the day and they didn't put us away, and some people down that end must have seen the goal. It was very hard for us to see it from the Hogan stand, and it was kind of only when we went in after the game then everyone was kind of saying Joe fell into the net or kind of threw the ball. Like, I don't think Joe meant to throw the ball in, he was on the line, but whatever happened. But looking back now, it's a very tricky situation. It's easy to look back now and say we should have given them a replay. It probably should have been, but my issue is that it was put on the Meath County Board. Right, lads, what are you going to do? I think it should have been the GAA should have stepped in and said, lads, there's been a massive error here. We're replaying the game, and I think that's the way it should have been, in my opinion, you know. But it was kind of put to the county board, and we were out in the drink like after the game, you know. This only started coming when we were in the pubs in Navan on the Sunday night. Do you know that there was talk of a replay? We were like, right, but obviously never materialised. But I think the GAA should have stepped in and said, this is a replay, lads. There's been a huge error here. Yeah. You know, instead of kind of absolving themselves from it, and they put it on the Meath County Board. You know,
I think a recent incident happened with the Crokes and the Glen. You know, the two players.
That's
on
right.
The pitch.
Yeah.
Again, the GAA didn't come out and say much. They put it on Crokes. It's not down to the team that has made the issue, has made the mistake. The GAA, the organisation, should be able to see there's two umpires there. Nothing happened, and they made the mistake. They hold their hands up.
Yeah, I knew something like, I just couldn't think of it. You're dead right. That exact thing happened, and yeah, that's what. And who knows? Maybe everyone says, oh, you would have hammered him the next day. You just don't know that. But I do think that the GAA should have stepped in and ordered a replay. You're
into your rugby, aren't you, as well? You do watch a bit of rugby. There's
sports,
TMO, isn't there? Same with VAR,
isn't
it? I'm surprised that maybe there wasn't talk around that time about something coming in like that, because the game could have been stopped, quick check, free out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And maybe, are we going to wait for another big incident to happen in a massive game for that to happen? I don't know. But look at it, it's well for 14 years now. So
yeah. See the thing. We had such a good year that year. Actually, like we hammered Louth Offaly in the first game. Bet Leash the day about like put the 4 or 5 goals by Dublin. And then we went out and we underperformed against Louth, and they were brilliant, but we were still hanging in there by a couple of points near the end. And yeah, what happened anyway. So,
and touching on Dublin there, obviously you had that win. Now, you didn't have too much success for the coming 7-8 years. Obviously, I don't think anybody really had much success against that Dublin team.
No.
You've had serious battles. I think you've played in the Leinster Final maybe 5 or 6 times within the next couple of years. Was there any games? I probably should have done a bit more research. Was there any games that were touch and go? Was there close moments?
2012 was very close.
Okay.
So Dublin won the All-Ireland in 2011. Yeah. 2012 there was only a goal in it.
Right.
There was back in the good old days. There was 75 or 80,000 at that game, and there was only a goal in it. Dublin weren't the machine that they became. You know what I mean? The train was only starting to get up and running after winning it in 2011.
Yeah.
And there's probably a bit of vulnerability there after winning it. You know, the way you win something and maybe your hunger levels just, without subconsciously knowing it, to just diminish a little. And like I said, we had a really good side from probably 07 to 12, 13ish. But they won by, I think it was 212 to 112 or something like that. But then from 2014 on, it was just this, it was a hurricane coming at you every game, you know.
Yeah, and the last couple of years have been difficult. You left away from the last game. When was your last game for Meath?
2020. 2020, so I went from 04 to 2020 in the football.
Right.
We took a couple of clippings in that time. There's no other way of putting it. Hurts, man. But I never, like I said, never thought of pulling pin, or never looked down the line and said, geez, we're going to be playing Dublin here in a few months. Like I loved the training and always felt that we had a chance to get into the latter stage of the championship, but Dublin at the peak of their powers or something else. Like, you know.
Well, that's what you want as a player. You want to be tested to the best of your ability, and you definitely got that against the Dubs.
Yeah.
And some serious battles in the inside forward line. You talked with Brogan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, this goes on. I think Alan was there and around there as well.
Oh, them lads were there back in the day. Yeah, Dean Rock, Big O'Gara. Yeah, had a few war wounds with Big Owen as well. But
I was going to skip that bit, but
yeah.
Look, O'Gara's a big man, threw himself about, but no better man to stand up for himself.
Yeah,
than yourself.
He was a big unit, all right. He was a big lug guy, right? Yeah.
So yeah, look, at Dublin dominated those years in Leinster. Am I right in saying your last Leinster was 2010? Is that?
Yep.
Yeah.
2010.
And you played your last game then for Meath in 2020. Very good. I guess, do you still keep in touch or keep your eye or keep your foot in with the county board or anything, or since you've left? Or I know Meath have maybe struggled over the last couple of years, won the Tailteann Cup. You can say what you want, how much you value the Tailteann Cup. Only the Meath players currently that won that can answer that. Obviously Colm stepped away recently.
Yeah.
Do you think, or have you any insight on what trajectory that county football's going?
God, how long do we have, Racey? Yeah, look, I'm still passionate about Meath, more so than yourself. Love me county. Disappointed where we are at the moment. Yeah, I'd still have a few mates in there. Like, I'd still be very good mates with Donald Keoghan. Like, he was at my wedding, I'm going to his. He's getting married now at the end of the year. I would never be looking for any inside info. If he wanted to tell me something, then fine. But Colm's obviously stepped away. Yeah, it's hard to know. I feel we should be doing a lot better than we are. It's hard to answer this in short. I feel as a county we should be doing a lot better than we are.
They won the 21s recently, or doing well in the 21s?
Yeah, they won the 20s, lost to Kerry in the Ireland semi-final, I think, just by a pint.
So there's definitely there's talent there.
Sure, like we're a football mad county, and I just think it's going to take a few years. I think for me, I'd be. You need to get good coaches in. You need to get, really, really good. I'm not saying that the lads that were there, weren't up to it, but, your Malik, your Orks, your Donny Buckleys, your James Horn, like these types of level, and get them in and get them involved. If it's a Meath man managing, fair enough. But yeah, it was like Louth have completely passed us out, and I respect, like, I've seen your interviews with Sam there and what he's doing, and I'm not saying that in a begrudging way at all. Like, I'm saying fair play what Louth are doing, but like, we would have always been seen as it just shows you what a county can do, and we need to look at ourselves in the mirror and really improve, like, because yeah, we're disappointed as a county where we are at the moment. I feel we should be doing a little bit better than we are. Forget about winning All Irelands or even Leinsters at the moment, but we should be doing better than we are.
Okay, Mickey, so we are moving on to a new segment that's been added to this season called Winner Stays On. Okay, and the rules is I will give you two players that have played in your position, full back line. Okay, and you will just basically pick which one you would like to have in your team, and then I'll give you another player, and eventually you'll swivel down to the last one.
Okay.
Nothing personal here, guys, by the way. Okay, so first up, an easy one. Seamus Moynihan, Darren Fay.
Oh my God. I've seen these on Instagram all the time. Oh my God. Right, okay, Darren Fay.
Darren Fay, Francie Bellew.
I really like Francie Bellew, but Darren Fay.
Darren Fay, Sean Marty Lockhart.
Darren Fay.
Darren Fay, Ricey McMenamin.
Darren Fay.
Staying loyal. Darren Fay, Mike McCarthy of Kerry.
No, Darren Fay.
Darren Fay of Carl Lacey.
No, Darren Fay.
Darren Fay, Graham Canty.
Hell of a player as well. I think Darren Fay is one of the greatest ever. I have Darren Fay.
Darren Fay, Conor Gormley.
Darren Fay.
Darren Fay, Michael Shields.
No, Darren Fay.
Darren Fay, Rory O'Carroll.
Sticky as well. No, Darren Fay.
Darren Fay, Padraig Hampsey.
Sorry, Padraig, Darren Fay.
Darren Fay, Christy McKeag.
Yeah, Darren again.
Darren Fay, Mark O'Shea.
Mark O'Shea.
Ooh. Mark O'Shea, Neil McGee. I know you like Neil.
Yeah, I like Big Neil. We had words before. Yeah, he class as well. I Mark O'Shea, just I'm going all around football, kick points, go up the field, man mark, Mark O'Shea.
Mark O'Shea, Keith Higgins.
Keith Higgins.
Keith Higgins, Philly McMahon.
Keith Higgins.
Keith Higgins, Johnny Cooper.
Keith Higgins.
Keith Higgins, Michael Fitzsimons.
Jesus, right, see, these are tough, man.
Nearly there.
I think because Keith can kick a point, I go with Keith.
Keith Higgins, Tom O'Sullivan, currently with Kerry. Talking about kicking points.
Yeah. Okay, Tom O'Sullivan.
Ooh, and lastly, Tom O'Sullivan, Mickey Burke.
No, I'm not going to pick myself. Tom O'Sullivan.
Fair play.
Yeah. Jesus,
tough,
that's
huh?
tough, man. That's tough.
Tom O'Sullivan you went with in the end.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm happy with that. I don't know if I'm happy with that now.
Can't go back.
No, shit.
Right, Mickey, on to our next segment. This is our 16 quick fire questions. Reason being that it's 16 questions is because, well, most people have an off season of 16 weeks. Okay. So, first up, club or county?
Club.
Yeah?
Yeah, your club is your club. Yeah.
Your death row meal?
Oh, Jesus. Shepherd's pie.
Yeah?
Shepherd's pie.
Chips?
Sweet potato. Sweet potato chips.
Can't be worried about your nutrition, death row.
Yeah, or steak maybe, or something like that. Yeah, steak and chips. Yeah.
So, I know this goes against our nutrition talk, but would you be a big takeaway man? What's your favourite takeaway order?
Well, you would eat a takeaway, a chipper over a Chinese or something like that any day of the week. Yeah, just burger and chips, a couple of sausages, plenty of salt and vinegar. If
No
I was
Chinese?
going for
No Indians?
No,
Pizza?
No, not a big sushi.
All right.
Sushi rolls.
Wouldn't be many sushi places around.
No, I'd have to go up
Longwood,
to town. No, I'd have to go up to town, lad, for that. But no, I would definitely go for an old chipper instead of a Chinese, personally. Yeah.
Favourite holiday destination?
Italy.
What part, anyway?
Just loved the vibe over there, lad. Coffee, the clothes, the coolness of them, the food. I was in Sorrento a couple of times with the missus down that part of the world, the Amalfi Coast, Positano, but anywhere really in Italy at all. I think I'm a bit of an Italian beneath it all. I think there's some Italian blood in me there somewhere, in my own mind.
How many coffees you have a day?
A day? I'm on my 5th double espresso today already,
way,
lad.
are you?
So yeah, I love it, man.
Is it just...
Why do you think I'm wired all the time?
No milk? No, just...
Oh, no milk, just little shots.
Right,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, so
Will you have
that's
another
what I
one
said,
now?
like, when I'm over
After
now.
this, are you excited to get another one?
I'm going to go home there now and load a couple into me, yeah. So 3 or 4 before I come up here, you know.
And just on the coffee, obviously a coffee shop, would caffeine be so... Well, you can't... Caffeine, that probably isn't even pre-workout because you're not using it because you're using it every day. Did you use pre-workouts for matches or try to get that extra caffeine hit?
Yeah, gum, maybe the caffeine gum, or like even back, we were talking there years ago, 2009, Colin Brady, former Meath footballer, fitness fanatic, he was kind of our fitness trainer at the time. This is, you know, obviously years ago he said that, lads, caffeine can potentially help you perform better. So I was like, right, the minute I heard this, I was like, right, again, that's just me, anything to give me a little 1%er. So that's how I initially just got into coffee, just purely for performance initially, you know. But yeah, beetroot juice, anything like that to give me a little edge, I'll try.
Yeah, well, fair play. Favourite pair of boots? What are you rocking now?
Yeah,
Very
World Cups.
basic.
World Cups. Yeah, just.
And would you have a Copas then for the summer?
No, I wear studs all the time.
What?
I know. Yeah, it's my thing. I have one that goes mad. You can see them there, rugby studs. I wear them all year round, summer or winter.
You're not like the time, was it Wayne Rooney or John Terry? He had extra length boots to go into a tackle for someone. That's purely for grip purposes, is it?
I'll tell you quickly how it kicked off. I mentioned Bob O'Malley there earlier on, the former Meath footballer. He was cornerback, and if Croke Park, the surface is so good up there, if it rained at all before the match, it'd just be like a skating rink. So again, I took no chance. I was wearing studs, hail, rain or snow up in Croker.
But even now at the club and all, still studs?
I just go studs, yeah.
Wow,
It just, yeah.
Can't believe you know.
People are bamboozled.
No
No
shin
moldy.
splints or-
No.
That's fair play to you.
No, I don't know. Anyway.
Least favourite football ground? You don't like going to?
Gosh, where do they? I'm trying to think of any nightmare scenarios anywhere. It's always hard to get a win down, Salt Hill maybe in Galway. Always seem to be wet down there, windy. We struggle to get a win in Galway. No, not too many. I wouldn't worry too much about that.
Very good. Squat or bench press?
Squat.
Right, okay. Squatting's good when you're good at it.
Yeah, I think so. Squat. They always say it'd be scary if a man with a good deadlift. But I would pick bench is probably my weakest actually.
That's common.
You know, yeah. So I love a good squat. I love seeing a good squatter.
Good stuff.
You know?
Yeah. Morning routine, just not even a match in general.
Just get up.
Things have changed now, obviously, with family man.
Things have changed, right? See, yeah. So up, get the coffee machine going, get the place ready, open up. Food straight away. No, I wouldn't be a great man to eat first thing. I'd get a bit of water in, get a couple of coffees in, and I often wouldn't eat until lunchtime, till I'm hungry.
And intermittent fasting by accident?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. I was big into that when it kicked off, you know. Again, probably a bit of a fad, but yeah, try to get out, try to get a bit of sunlight, get a bit of fresh air if I can at all.
Yeah.
I enjoy training in the mornings if I have time, personally. But yeah, that's it.
Most influential manager you have had?
Yeah, probably a few, like Boylan. They all brought their own little bits of belief. Bob O'Malley was huge. That man, he wasn't manager, but he was selector. Former Meath player, really made me believe that I had something. Sean for taking the punt on me, like I said earlier, giving a raw young fella a chance from Longwood. Yeah, they all give me little bits to help me along.
Good stuff. You've plenty of tattoos there. Can you explain anything different in your body? Yeah, your arm is full,
yeah.
is it?
Yeah, I do.
Is there any meaning behind it? I'd say there is meaning, maybe.
They all have meaning. So that's my mother. That's a gemstone for my wife, for Gemma. I've all tattoos on my right hand side leg. My father. I've County Meath on my elbow.
Right, brilliant.
On my elbow, I have my date of birth and initials, Roman initials.
When did you get started in that? At what age?
Probably early to mid 20s. I was very interested in my brother and sister were out in New Zealand. Lived out there for years. I have an older brother and older sister. My brother's 14 or 15 years older than me, and my sister's 12 or 13. And they lived out in New Zealand. I was very interested in the Maori.
Yes.
And their culture and how their tattoo sleeves tell stories of their life, and that's kind of how I got into it. I put little bits and bobs on me that I enjoyed and mean something to me, you know. So
brilliant.
Yeah, I understand tattoos are not for everyone, but I obviously like them.
Once you start, you can't stop, supposedly.
They can be a bit addictive, all right.
Yeah. When was your last one?
I went up with Sean Tobin, who played football with Meath for years. They were given free tattoos, Mishnok, which is the Irish word for courage. It was kind of for suicide. It was, you know. So yeah, that's my last tattoo that I got. Couldn't get into the sauna for about 2 weeks after though. That's the only trouble with
Right. I
tattoos.
can sense there could be another tattoo with maybe an arrival that's happened.
Maybe a few. Maybe a few more. I see.
Pre-game ritual, any superstition?
Not really, but I do like doing something the morning of a game. I do like, whether that's warming up, doing a primer. I'd be a big fan of a primer. I would lift weights before a few hours before it, or.
Have you always done that?
Since I found out about it.
Right, you never done it by accident beforehand, no?
No, I don't think so. Probably since 2015 I've probably been doing it. I have a gym out the back, a few squats, a few benches, clap press ups, a few jumps, you know, and like that, just to liven the body up, to waken it up. I'm a big believer. It works for me. It mightn't work for everyone, so it seems to work for me anyway.
Good stuff, nearly there. So do you track performance? Like, do you have a whoop or anything?
I do, yeah. I have a whoop, and I have a Garmin, and I have Stat Sports as well, yeah. So I'd be nerdy in that type of thing as well. Anything to give me a help in hand if I can at all.
And what benefit do you find the whoop?
I think it's brilliant. I often wake up, you know, in the red, and I might have a game. So like, I don't live my life by it. You know, I might have had a bad sleep, or might have been working in the pub late or something like that. So like, if I see I'm in the red and I'm training that night, I don't go to myself, I can't train tonight, I'm in the red. Like, you know, but it is beneficial, and I do find it very good for calories and all that type of thing. You know, do you have one?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That has not left my arm in 2020.
Yeah.
I got it in Canada. It's probably, that's the 4.0. Everybody can have the 4.0 now because that's the one they sell. But I think I got a first one, maybe a 2.0 or a 3.0.
Right.
I got on board very early. Reason being is because I was working in a gym in Toronto, and I had top quality coaches around me that were way ahead of in the S&C in terms of working professional athletes over there, hockey players and NBA, and they would wear a polar H10 strap around their tummy.
Yes.
And they would wake up in the morning and measure their elite, so they would measure their HRV using an app called Elite HRV, and you can still do that. But once the likes of Whoop come on board, it's something that never leaves you. It's not a watch. You know, it doesn't waste energy by having a time on it or a face. And then they started to get involved in that. I was just lucky to get on board so early in 2020.
Yeah, it was the same with Ronan Jones there. Ronan plays midfield with Meath, and I think he initially came to me about this Whoop idea. He was actually over in America for a year, and he said, would he be interested? And I said, yeah, sure, you know, why not? And yeah, I think they're great. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I think they're great, very helpful. Again, don't live my life by it, but I find it a very, very good tool and a very useful tool to have.
Brilliant. And also, there's a discount for anybody in the description below for Whoop as well, which is great. Yeah, no, Whoop's fantastic. So, daytime or nighttime game?
Jeez. Maybe daytime. Daytime. Yeah.
Okay.
Not too early, but you know, you don't be waiting around all day. 7 or 7:30 is a bit of a disaster.
Last minute winning point or last minute winning block?
Give me the block.
Very good. Toughest forward marked?
Andy Moran.
Right, okay, that's an interesting one considering you've marked why left foot, right foot, jinky.
Andy was physically strong. He was very clever. He never stopped moving. He wasn't maybe as lightning quick as the other guys, but his movement was extremely clever, and he always made the ball stick if it came into him. You know, sometimes you'd be coming and you get a hand on a lad. He always seemed to, he was that big, he was able to, but his movement was very clever, and he was constantly walking, constantly. Yeah, I found Andy tough to handle. Different by some other counties there that, you know, David Kelly from Sligo, he was a rocket. But yeah, they all caused different problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Most influential person in your GA career?
Sure, I'd have to say my father, like, you know, I'd have to say, like, got me into the game, brought me everywhere, treasured the club here for nearly 40 years. My biggest critic as well. But dad was brilliant. So good, so helpful. Like a hard taskmaster praise, no, none of that. Like, you know, he'd nearly tell you if you scored 5 or 6 points, it'd be the one that you missed, or typical father from that generation, but kept me grounded, never let me get a big head. And that's one thing, you know, it'd be a non-negotiable. I never got too ahead of my station, so I'd have to say my father, yeah.
Brilliant, good stuff. So we're on to our shooting segment. Okay, you told me off camera you kicked the frees for Longwood. You're the top scorer in Meath.
No, hang on now. Hang on. Never said that. I never said that.
So we're going to put that to the test, see can the sticky corner back now kick frees. So we have 10 footballs in total. Okay, you have 3 across the 13, 3 across the 21, 1 on top of the D, and 1 each at the corner of the Ds, and 1 on the 45. Okay, now there's a couple of catches. The 13 ball in the middle and the 21 ball in the middle has to be from your weak foot, left foot, okay? Now the 45, if you hit it off the ground, it's worth 2 points. If you shoot out of your hands and it goes over, it's worth 1.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now there's another catch as well. If you go outside of their weak foot, out of the hands from the 45, it's worth 2 as well, but I don't think we're going to get into that.
No, I'm too conservative for that.
So you do take the frees, do you?
I do take the frees,
Right.
yeah, I do.
Okay.
I take a good few of them, yeah, from this side, yeah.
Right. So I want you to really try and treat this as a match scenario. Okay, it's going to be quiet. Nobody has got 11 out of 11. A couple of players have got 10 out of 11. John Heslin, I think maybe Began got 10 out of 11, a couple of players. Okay, we've seen in the last episode, Colin Reap had a bit of an off day. he was a bit disappointed. He got 6 out of 11. So if you can beat him, I'm sure you'd be
Okay.
delighted, okay?
Yeah.
So we're starting this ball and work way over the 13.
Lovely.
Okay. Well, Mickey, off to a good start.
Yep.
Head over to the middle line, the 13 with your weak foot.
Okay, weak foot. Oh my God. Not warm, lads. I feel like
Something running down your leg there, I suppose. Now you can take this wherever, right foot, left foot, outside the right, wherever you like.
We'll go bad foot again.
You're going bad foot. That's something that I've noticed a lot of the players in the episodes. They're confident going left foot here.
Yeah.
And this is statistically, that's a word, that this is the toughest. I don't think anybody's really kicked this in any of the episodes. This is the one that's killed the people the most.
Really?
And I would say a lot of them, if they had to go change back, they put more focus on this one, just to give you a heads up.
Okay. Try and stick to my normal routine. Ball on.
Oh, unlucky, pal.
Sickner.
Unlucky. Okay, still in the game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it just came in there. I thought it was going to hit the post and go over too.
This one's...
Rabbi, you think here yourself?
Nah, we'll go bad again.
You have it. It's a good score, Mickey, good lad. So skip on ahead into the middle. Go
Okay.
weak foot here in the middle.
Another weak foot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've kicked more with the weak than you have with the right.
Jeez, that ground is dodgy.
Oh, well done.
Not happy with that connection there now, but it went over and we'll take it.
Hello, Mickey, you're flying.
Some boys didn't think I had 2 feet, I'd say, back in the day, huh?
Yeah,
So this is right foot again.
this is, well, whatever
Yeah.
foot you want, but
Okay.
score.
Yeah.
So just to get this right, you've scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of 7.
Yeah, I missed the tough one you were saying. I'm
Yeah,
better
the
with that
one-
now, but anyway. This.
The skip after, you were a bit nervous.
Didn't connect great with it, but
You'll take it. 7
we'll
out
take
of 8. This can go either foot. Top of the D.
no, I'll go with my good foot here. I'll have
Yeah.
to go with my good foot here. It's on me. It's about me limit. Go away there, Bob.
That's the nickname, is it?
Don't know. It's Bob now.
It is now. This is to go 8 from 9. This is really good so far. Oh, that post isn't good to you.
Nah, that's bad, lads. Ah,
So that's 7.
I'm more nervous doing this than playing a bloody game, lads. Bloody hell. Oh, I don't know about this one now. This is the one I thought I'd nearly have it all.
So 7 out of 9, okay, this is worth 2 points off the floor out of the hands. You could go safe and go 8 out of 11 out of the hands, or you want to try and possibly get 7 out of 11.
Nah, I'm going to have to go out of the hands. I wouldn't be able to strike her off the ground, boys.
Right, Mickey, last kick, okay, you're currently on 7.
Okay.
You're going out of the hands, is that right?
I'm going to go out of the hands, yeah.
Dead on.
Yeah, I'm right on my limit here now.
Right, take your time.
No, not going to make it.
Short.
Yeah,
Okay, Mickey. Good stuff. Well done.
all good, mate.
Good stuff.
Really, really
7
enjoyed it.
out of 11.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
Right, Ricey.
Right, Mickey, I haven't a clue what to do here. Okay, too easy, right? Mickey is gonna teach and show me how to hit a couple of balls. And all I wanna do today, right, is to be able to catch the ball, receive, maybe run with it, and just offload it to you, and maybe hit a score, and that's me happy for today.
Lad, settle down now.
Okay, there's not much hurling in not much hurling in Monaghan.
Okay.
So
Will we try and pick up the ball maybe for a start? Will we try and pick up the ball?
right, okay.
Okay. So roll the
So
ball.
I'm right-handed?
Yes, right hand here, hand here on top. A lot of people hold the hurl at the very, very end.
Okay.
Okay, but I think starting off initially, we'll come down a little bit lower to give you a bit more control.
Okay.
So right hand, left hand here.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just go first initially here, show you. So scoop lift, so you want to get down nice and low, pick the ball up on your hurl and into your hand.
Okay.
Okay, so two hands.
This
Yeah,
way.
no, yeah, exactly that way.
Yeah.
Not like that. You want to go like that.
Okay.
Okay, just put your left foot beside the ball there. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Down, scoop it up and into your.
That's
There
easy.
we are. Yeah, inter-county player straight away. Yeah.
We'll call the Monaghan hurl manager if he's watching. Aidan Morgan, if you're watching. Right, go on ahead.
So the solo run, you see a lot of lads.
So when
kind
you're
of
on the
when they-
run there, right?
Okay, yeah.
Is it the same thing? You wouldn't come up and scoop it out, would you?
Oh yeah, full pace. Yeah, full
Well, two
pace.
hands or one hand?
A lot of guys now are going one hand. They're going really short.
Oh, right.
Okay, they're short and grip of the hurl because
Yeah.
they're getting down real low, so they want to get control of the ball.
Ah,
You
right.
know.
Can I try that?
So it's down real low. Yeah, you want. Nice.
It's all right, not bad.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's really good. Yeah,
All right, okay.
because the higher you scoop up the ball,
Yeah.
say you have a real long grip like this, and you bring the ball up real high like that. Someone's just going to come in.
Check you.
I'm just going to come in and just flick that ball
Okay,
away,
right.
or tackle here.
I was thinking more getting nailed.
we might, possibly, yeah. You know, but
Right, okay, so we have.
to pick up, yeah, lovely, yeah, yeah. That's a roll lift. That's a roll. That's a different lift that you have to do in there now.
Oh,
without
I
even
rolled
knowing it. That's a roll there now that you have to do.
Okay, right, okay.
It's probably a bit slower, but it's
If you're backtracking, maybe?
yeah, and you're guaranteed possession. You know, if it's there, if you've a load of time, you just roll lift it up, have a look. But when you're running a full pace, you obviously can't roll lift it.
Gotcha.
You scoop.
Okay.
So putting the ball in your hurl then
Yeah.
is like the solo in football, but you see a lot of guys going like this when they're not used to hurling. That's back from 100 years ago. No one does that.
Can I run as far as I can with that ball in my hurl?
As far as you can, yeah.
Is my steps?
Yeah. So you're allowed 3 plays of the ball, okay, in hurling. So catch it, that's 1. 2. You have to let it off on the third one. You can't grab it 3
Can't
times.
catch it again, right?
You can hand pass it off, or you can hit it
Oh, right.
off your hurl. But the solo run again, for more control, catch the hurl maybe halfway, yeah,
Yeah.
like that. Put it on a just egg and spoon. Then
Right,
you're
okay.
balancing and you're looking
Right.
around you.
Let's give this a
You
go.
know? Yep. Yes, Ricey. Lovely lad. Brilliant.
Some man come in. I tell you, some man fairly empty me run around like that, wouldn't they? Eye me up.
Empty. What a great word.
Right,
I love
okay.
it.
So that's the pickup, and that's the run with it. And I know
Yeah.
3 plays, okay?
Okay.
I guess striking.
Striking. Yeah. So so I would say your predominant side, you hold the hurl in your right hand.
I'd like to strike like this, probably.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, I think that's the best way. So again, starting from scratch, instead of maybe a big long swing,
Yeah, short.
that's short. Just we'll throw it up here nice and gently, and we'll just kind of keep your eye on the ball and you follow through.
And does my left hand go on top of my right hand here or underneath?
Below
sorry.
is what I would say. Below your hand, yeah. Good man.
Right, okay.
Yeah, brilliant. Exactly. Here, I'll go down and get this for you.
Do you want to poke me the ball there maybe a couple of times? Now, go easy on me.
Okay.
I don't have a sore hand. So you just catch like this, yeah?
Yeah, okay. We'll see how
Now, I'm
this
going to
goes.
get some bad manners online here about my...
Right, I'm going to try and poke it gently to you, right? Okay.
Yes, please. Was
Yes,
that gentle,
lad.
yeah?
Lovely, brilliant. Yeah, to me. Good man. Yeah. I'll give you another one here. Yes. Oh, well done.
Bit of
Yeah.
spin on it. Right. Oh, it is sore,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it stings your hand straight away. Yeah, it does. Lovely.
Right, okay.
I'll poke one to you on the ground, coming towards you on the ground, okay?
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And I'll try and scoop. Obviously, I can't.
Yeah, so it's interesting. Yeah, the ball will be coming to you. You can wait
Yes.
to 2 hands and it'll come, roll it up your hurl, okay? Good man. Yeah, you have the skill set. I'm impressed. Lovely. Yeah, one more.
You effer.
Yeah, so it's a.
Give me one more. I don't look very athletic there. I don't like that.
Okay, no
I
problem.
want to look athletic at least.
Okay, here you go, Ricey. Brilliant. Yes.
All right,
I think you're going to make an appearance in the Dublin Club
I
Championship.
could play Junior F in Dublin from what I've seen, maybe.
Yeah.
So, shooting then. Same thing.
Yeah,
Do
absolutely.
us a favour. I'm getting excited now. Will you go on the 45 and puck me in inside forward? I'll catch it and put it over the bar.
Lovely. No problem. No bother at all. Do you want to come into the
This episode at the last 5 minutes is all with me.
Yeah.
This is my first ever score.
Do you want a low ball or into your hand?
No, let's win it. I'll make a run left or right.
Oh, Jesus.
But I'm going to have to go this way because I won't be able to get across. Or I can turn inside.
Yeah, well, maybe stay on your good side, okay?
Okay.
Exactly.
This is me, Shane Rice, catching the ball from the legend Mickey Burke and sticking it over, okay? Are you ready?
I am ready, Ricey. I don't know how this is going to go, but here.
And let's go. Left.
There you are. Brilliant, Ricey.
What happened?
Oh my God, Daddy, it's not as easy as it looks. It's not.
Okay, let's go.
Right, Ricey.
Oh, it's a bad ball.
Yeah, oh, well done. Fuck, killed you with that ball. See,
I had good hands, but
it was. I killed you with it. See, it's so hard. It's hard to tip a ball, you know.
right. I'm gonna just as long as they score a free on top of the D, I'm happy.
Go for it.
So it's the exact same as passing, right?
Yeah.
Striking is striking. Would you change the hand position for a shot?
Yeah. Well, you see, the longer if I'm defending and you're attacking, okay, and you've full grip in the hurl,
Yeah.
okay, and you're about to shoot, just swing your hurl there.
Oh, well, you can hook.
I can hook you, right? So the shorter grip you have in your hurl, you come up here,
Yeah.
you know, or even a little bit more.
Right.
It's harder for me. That swing is going to
'cause
be shorter,
it's
you know.
shorter.
It's going to be shorter. But like when you're here pucking and you've your own time, you can go full length of the hurl.
Yeah.
If I'm running after you, I'm leaving my hurl up there, trying to clunk you there, trying to
Gotcha.
hook you, you know. So it's up to yourself. Maybe whatever you feel more comfortable at the moment.
Right. Well, this
You
is
know?
this is it.
Yes, lad. In Longwood. Come on.
There we go.
In Longwood as well. I'm delighted with that.
First ever
Ricey,
score in
a
hurling.
pleasure, boy. A pleasure.
You've definitely got some coaching in you.
I don't know about that.
If you haven't retired in the coming years, okay? Mickey, it's been absolutely brilliant. I love this chat, okay? Really good insight in your career. And very best luck in the future with football and hurling with the club. And then obviously your hurling then with the county. Brilliant. Guys, you know the drill. A lot of you aren't subscribed back home to the channel. Please subscribe. It only takes 2 seconds. Like the video. Comment who you would like to see on future episodes of the off-season, season 3. I'm here in Longwood. Brilliant stuff. Absolutely love the Mickey.
Ricey, pleasure to meet you today, and love your page. And listen, thanks for asking me on, lads. I really appreciate it. All right.
Great stuff. See you very soon.